Welcome to Quiz Cues. Today we'll be playing What Did I Invent? These are everyday things you may take for granted. They're in your kitchen, car, office, and medicine cabinet. Someone invented each one. Most of us never learned their names. Today, you will. As I progress through the 4 clues, the points decrease. Your goal is to name the invention as quickly as possible for the most points. You can play along and easily keep track of your score at quizcues.com. Just pause and scan this QR to go right to this game. It's free and you don't need an account to play along. Are you ready? Let's go! Question number 1. What did I invent? Percy Spencer worked for a company that built radar equipment during the war. A candy bar in his pocket melted while he stood near one of the machines. He began pointing the equipment at food and it warmed almost instantly. It is the kitchen box that heats leftovers in minutes and pops corn in a bag. The microwave oven. He discovered it by accident in 1945 when a chocolate bar in his pocket melted as he worked beside the radar magnetron at Raytheon. The first commercial model, the radar range, went on sale in 1947 at the cost of about $5,000. Question 2. What did I invent? Josephine Cochran was a wealthy hostess who hated seeing her fine china chipped. Her servants kept breaking her good dishes while washing them by hand. She built a machine that would wash her china without a hand touching it. It stands beside the kitchen sink, spraying hot water over dishes stacked in racks at the push of a button. The automatic dishwasher. She patented her design in 1886 and showed it at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, where restaurants and hotels placed early orders. Her company later became part of the KitchenAid brand, and her machine is the ancestor of the dishwasher in most kitchens today. Question number 3. What did I invent? The writing tool it replaced smeared ink and leaked in warm weather. A journalist wanted a writing tool that dried instantly and never blotted a page. His brother, a chemist, helped him mix an ink thick enough to work without smearing. Laszlo Biro's invention is the everyday pen with a tiny rolling ball tip sold by the billions. The ballpoint pen. He developed it with his brother Georgi, a chemist, and patented the design in 1938. The Barome went on sale in Argentina in 1943, and the pen spread worldwide under names like Biro and Bic. How'd you do on those first 3? Are you keeping score? Has anyone got a perfect 12? Let's keep going. Don't forget you can play along. Just scan that QR code. Here we go. Next question. Number 4. What did I invent? Before it, a man honed one straight blade on a leather strop every morning. Its inventor was a traveling salesman who wanted shaving to be quick and painless. He imagined a slim handle holding a wafer-thin blade you could toss away when it dulled. King C. Gillette's name became the brand, and his throwaway blade razor made him one of the richest men in America. The disposable safety razor. He got the idea in 1895 while shaving, and his first razors went on sale in 1903, with blades priced at a nickel apiece. By the 1920s, his double-edged safety razor made him one of the wealthiest men in America. Question 5. What did I invent? Art Fry worked in a lab that made tapes and adhesive for a company in Minnesota. A colleague had made a glue so weak it peeled off without leaving a mark. Fry wanted a bookmark that would stay put in his choir hymnal but come away clean. Today, they are little yellow squares that march across monitors and memos. Post-it notes. He came up with the idea in 1974 after his paper bookmarks kept falling out of his church hymnal. The first notes using Spencer Silver's low-tack adhesive went on sale nationwide in 1980. Okay, moving on to question number 6. What did I invent? George de Mestral was a Swiss engineer out walking his dog in the Alps. After the walk, burrs were stuck to his trousers and his dog's fur. He studied the burrs under a microscope and set out to copy nature's design in nylon. Today, 2 fabric strips of it press together with a rasping sound, holding shoes and jackets shut. Velcro. He spent years perfecting the hook and loop fastener and patented it in 1955, naming it from the French words for velvet and hook. It reached its widest fame in the 1960s when NASA used it to keep tools and gear from floating in space. Here we go, question number 7. What did I invent? Before it, summer heat shut down printing presses when paper swelled with moisture. A young engineer was asked to fix the humidity in a crowded Brooklyn print shop. He found that cold coils could chill air and wring moisture out of it at the same time. Willis Carrier's machine gave the world the cool, dry air that fills offices and cars in summer. Modern air conditioning. He designed the first modern system in 1902 for a Brooklyn printing plant where humidity had been wrecking the color printing. He founded the Carrier Corporation in 1915, and the phrase air conditioning was coined around his work. Let's see if you can get this next one. Question number 8. What did I invent? Mary Anderson was a rancher and property owner who often rode streetcars in New York. In the rain, she watched drivers stop again and again to wipe the windshield by hand. Her lever device could clear the view without the driver leaving the seat. Every car still carries her invention above the front window, sweeping rain away in pairs. Windshield wipers. She patented the device in 1903, but manufacturers turned her down, saying drivers would be distracted. Her patent expired before the idea caught on, and she never earned money from it, though wipers became standard within 2 decades. Here we go. Question number 9. What did I invent? Earl Dixon worked for a company that made surgical dressings. His wife kept cutting her fingers in the kitchen, and bandaging them was clumsy. He made a small dressing that anyone could apply in seconds, with no cutting or wrapping. It is the peel and stick strip with a soft pad pressed over a cut and sold in every medicine cabinet. Band-Aid. He invented it in 1920 for his wife Josephine, and his employer, Johnson & Johnson, put it on sale the following year. Early versions were handmade and sold slowly until a machine-made version in 1924 made the name a household word. Moving on to question 10. What did I invent? A German housewife was tired of bitter coffee with grounds in every cup. She experimented with paper from her son's school notebook to strain the brew. She punched holes in a brass pot and lined it with the paper, letting only clear coffee through. Melita Bent's invention sits in drip machines and pour over cones, making smooth coffee with a paper liner. The paper coffee filter. She patented the filter on June 20th, 1908, and founded the company that still bears her name. The business grew into a global coffee brand, and her paper filter is still used in drip machines today. Get ready for the second half. Here we go. Question 11. What did I invent? Marion Donovan was a young mother, buried in endless laundry from a baby who needed changing around the clock. She cut up the shower curtain to make a waterproof cover that kept the bedding dry. Her design kept the crib dry through the night without a single cloth change. Parents everywhere used her idea, a padded liner that keeps a baby dry and is tossed after one use. Disposable diaper. She built the first prototype in 1949 and patented it in 1951, but manufacturers turned her down. She eventually sold the rights for about $1 million, and mass-produced disposables arrived a decade later. All right, moving on to number 12. What did I invent? Betty Nesmith Graham was a secretary who typed for a living in Dallas. The new electric typewriters used carbon ribbons that were almost impossible to erase. She learned to mix paints and saw how a thin, opaque layer could cover a dark ink mark. It is the little bottle of white correction fluid that brushes out typing mistakes on desks everywhere. Liquid paper. She began bottling her homemade fix in 1956 under the name Mistakeout, later renaming it Liquid Paper. She sold the company to the Gillette Corporation in 1979 for a reported $47.5 million. Next up, number 13. What did I invent? Joseph Friedman owned a furniture shop in San Francisco. His young daughter struggling to sip a milkshake from a straight paper tube that sat too high for her. He pushed a screw into the tube and wrapped dental floss around it, pressing grooves so it would bend. It is the bendy tube in every fast food cup with a corrugated joint that folds over the rim. Flexible drinking straw. He built the prototype in 1937 after watching his daughter struggle with a tall, straight straw. He patented the bendable design that same year and licensed it to a company that made straws. Moving on to number 14, what did I invent? Robert Adler worked at a television company in Chicago in the 1950s. Viewers then had to get up and walk to the set to change the channel. His device could reach across the room and change what was on the screen. It is a small handset that points at the TV, sending invisible signals so you can change channels from the sofa. Wireless TV remote. He invented the Space Command remote for Zenith, and it went on sale in 1956, using ultrasonic sound to change channels. The company sold about 9 million of them, and the name Clicker came from the sound of its buttons. Alright, let's see what we have next. What did I invent? Douglas Engelbart worked at a research institute studying how people use computers. In the early 1960s, screens showed text, but there was no easy way to point at it. He wanted a way to touch anything on the screen just by moving your hand. The cord trailing from his desk gadget gave it the name of a small animal. Computer mouse. He built the first prototype in 1964 with his colleague Bill English, and it took its name from its tail-like cord. The mouse became mainstream with the 1984 Apple Macintosh, nearly 20 years after he demonstrated it. Next up, number 16, what did I invent? Jack Kilby was a new engineer at a semiconductor company in Texas. It was the summer of 1958, and his co-workers were on vacation while he stayed at the bench. He built one small sliver of germanium that did the work of many separate parts. It is a silicon chip inside every computer and phone, holding millions of parts in one sliver. Integrated circuit. He demonstrated the first working integrated circuit at Texas Instruments in September 1958 using a sliver of germanium. It won him a share of the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2000, and his chip made modern electronics possible. All right, we're getting down to the final few questions here. Number 17, what did I invent? Chester Carlson was a patent clerk who was tired of copying documents by hand. He experimented in his kitchen with static electricity and a powder called toner. He learned that light and static electricity could make a dry image on paper without ink. It is the office machine whose brand name became a verb for making copies, born from his dry process. Photocopier. He made the first successful copy on October 22, 1938 in a rented room in Queens, New York. His invention reached the market as the Xerox 914 in 1959, and the brand name Xerox became a verb for making copies. All right, let's see what we have next. Question 18, what did I invent? Before it, a camera needed a heavy glass plate and a tripod for every photo. Photography was a studio craft, and few ordinary people owned a camera. He found a way to put the light-sensitive coating on a flexible backing instead of glass. George Eastman built the Kodak camera around it, a strip that spooled inside and made snapshots possible. Roll film. He introduced the paper-backed roll film in 1885 and switched it to celluloid film in 1889. It freed the camera from the studio, and the same kind of flexible film later carried early motion pictures. All right, 2 to go. Let's finish strong here. Question 19, what did I invent? Stephanie Kwolek was a chemist at a large company working on strong synthetic fibers. Her lab was hunting for a fiber that could make car tires lighter in a fuel shortage. Her odd, cloudy mixture could be spun into a fiber tougher than anything the lab had seen. It is the fabric that stops a bullet woven into the vests that police and soldiers wear. Kevlar. She discovered it at DuPont in 1965, and the fiber was named Kevlar when it reached the market in 1971. Her bullet-resistant material has saved countless lives, and it is also used in tires, ropes, and gloves. All right, last question, number 20. What did I invent? Patsy Sherman was a chemist working on fluorochemicals for a company in Minnesota. In 1952, a spilled experiment would not wash off a lab assistant's canvas shoe. The stubborn chemical turned out to make fabric shed both water and oil. It is the invisible coating sprayed on carpets and sofas so spills beat up and wipe away. Scotchgard. She developed the fabric protector with her colleague Samuel Smith after the accidental spill, and 3M launched it in 1956. Scotchgard became one of the best-selling stain repellents in the world. Thanks for playing What Did I Invent? Here's my score. Did you beat it? Let me know in the comments. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next game.